have to tell you, it's not all roses being cursed by a mummy. In fact, I'm hard-pressed to think of a single good thing about it. You might not want to hear it, but the mummy's an all-around bad guy, and curses aside, he's disgusting. The tattered wrapping, glowing red eyes, and crooked rotting teeth really create quite a chilling effect. At least that's the impression I get. I've never seen him. Having never met the mummy, not knowing where he lives, or even what I necessarily did to offend him means there's very little chance of the curse being lifted. But don't think for 1 second that I'm not constantly trying to get out from under this thing. Yes, I've tried potions and incantations, and they did next to nothing, so let's not even bring those up. The curse has manifested itself in a variety of creative and horrifying ways. My finances are in shambles after forgetting to cancel several hundred subscription services before the free trials ended. Then of course there's my poor sweet wife. We tried to make things work, but ultimately the curse drove us apart. People often ask why she left, and I know they never understand the real reason, so I make something up, like she didn't like my model train, or the fact that it drove through a city inhabited by big-chested women. The mummy's curse is no laughing matter. It's not even funny in a dry way, like the British Office. Just when I think things are starting to turn around, the mummy's curse rears its ugly head. I recently bought a boat, only to discover prolonged sun exposure leaves my cursed skin red and tender all over, and that being on a boat is ultimately very boring. I've begun to spend more and more time indoors, but my apartment is crumbling around me. In my kitchen, fruit turns rotten in mere weeks. My supposed non-stick pan doesn't live up to its name, and a horde of ants descended upon my home. I'll never forget the words of the exterminator before he ran from my apartment. There were several rotisserie chickens behind your trash can. It looked like you tried to shoot them like basketballs and missed. Mummy's curse. Before the mummy's curse, SNL was funnier. But now you see, it's just not as good. I no longer have the attention span to enjoy books unless there's a lot of sex in them. The cursed life is a lonely one. No one can truly relate to you, and most people get tired of hearing about it. I did meet one guy who was also cursed once, but I found him very annoying. There are moments of simple pleasure in my life. For example, sitting on a park bench just feeding bread to some ducks. But it's never long before I realize this isn't just any bread, it's the coveted cronut, the sought-after baked good from several years ago that I've never managed to get back to my apartment before losing to a persuasive duck. The mummy's curse weighs heavily on me. So heavily, in fact, that I sometimes think about ending it all. But more often than not, I think about killing the mummy. I would probably set him on fire, or blow him up, maybe with a grenade. The mummy's curse doesn't show signs of stopping, so to avoid bringing any more pain to my family, friends, and fantasy football league, I'll probably move and live out the rest of my days someplace quiet. I don't dare say where in case the mummy's listening, but I do have someplace in mind.